Hello you guys, welcome back to another video on this channel. Welcome or welcome back. Happy Black History Month, happy month of love and all that good stuff. In honor of the month of love, I remember last February when my channel was like 1 month old, I was telling stories of like why I've never had a good Valentine's Day. If you guys know me, you know this year's looking a little more promising. My first relationship in almost 2 years. I haven't had a Valentine since 2023, and fuck that nigga. But yes, you guys read the title correctly. Today is another story time. I just feel like if you read the title, giving love, giving it's a story, and it's a story with the plot twist that I feel like is seasonal. So let's get right on into it. So as a lot of my story times start, once upon a time I met this guy on a dating app. I tried dating apps for the first time in 2024. A little bit more about that in your new. Just check out my story times playlist. I guarantee you half of them, if it starts with a he, probably come from a dating app story. And this is another one with a plot twist. So once upon a time, I met this guy on a dating app and we matched and we went on our first date, maybe like a weekend. And then, of course, we planned a second one. The first date was very chill vibes. We went to this place where we like painted pottery, and then we got food, and then we ate our food on the beach, and then we just chilled, and it was really nice, really good vibes. And we decided to plan another one for the next weekend. So next weekend comes around, y'all. I'm hype. I normally do not have great things to say about anyone from a dating app. But y'all, I was really feeling this one. We're gonna give him the name Frog. I was really feeling Frog, and I was literally telling my friends, well, a thing where they're like, evil eye is real, blah, blah, like, don't talk about stuff too much because sometimes it could get. So I was like talking about it with people close to me, like my sister, my best friend. I was like, I really feeling him. The grade was nice. He was really sweet. He was very handsome in person, you know what I'm saying? So we plan our date the next weekend. And for this date, we plan to go to a trampoline park. Let me tell y'all something. The older we get, I feel like the more we need to stay out of trampoline parks for a plot of this video, okay? I'm 22 years old. I'm not that old, but I don't know why I feel like I'm prone to break or stretch the wrong, like something when I go to a trampoline park. I can't believe when I was younger, I used to want the 90-minute pass, 2 hour pass. Y'all, anytime I go to a trampoline park as an adult, I'm 15 minutes in, I'm like, is the session over yet? Not that I don't have fun, but let's just go ahead and get into that day. So me and Frog meet once again, and we actually meet at this one trampoline park. But when we go in there, y'all, if anybody knows anything about like trying to go to stuff like that, it was the weekend. It was like a Saturday. And y'all, when we walked in that trampoline park, we were kind of just like, I'm talking, I know trampoline parks are for kids, but big adults want to have fun too, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was like so many kids' parties, so many children, and like little children at that. I'm a tall girl, but I'm just an adult in general, and also he's taller than me. And we're kind of just like, this place is like swarming. Like, I don't want to like land on somebody's child. And we're just like, why don't we try to find one that's like a little more empty or got less parties going on? It was just like a really crowded that day. So I'm like, okay, bet. Like, we go to his car. I'm looking. I'm like, okay, I found one that's like literally 15 minutes away. I checked the prices. I'm like, not that different from this one. And he was like, okay, let's go. And I was like, okay, let's go. So we pull up to the second trampoline park. And honestly, again, parking is like it's Saturday. Saturday weekends is when parents are off work, they take their children. It's still pretty live in there, but it's like a lot more spread out, if that makes sense. Like it just felt better and a little less crowded than the first one. So we're like, okay, boom, let's go. We pay, we get our wristbands, and we get on. So y'all, the first thing we go to is, like we both hadn't been to a trampoline park in a minute. So we start with the regular trampolines. You know what I'm saying? Like the ones where it's like the trampolines are in squares and there's places to sit in between, and then there's a wall where you can bounce off the walls and we're just jumping, having fun. I'm like, I'm already feeling it. I'm trying to jump as high as I can. If you guys this is another story time, early story time for my channel where I said I give myself a black eye. Sometimes watch that story time in my story times playlist. If you know, you know. I don't have the best luck when it comes to flipping and trying to do stuff with no confidence. So I'm not trying to do flips and stuff. I'm just trying to jump. But I think what happened next still even proved that I need to stay out of places like this. So we're jumping, we're having fun, and then I'm like, let's go to like another section, because I'm tired of just like bouncing up and down. I'm like, let's go to this was one of those places that actually had like an obstacle course section. An obstacle course section, right? Different trampoline parks have different stuff because some just have like the climbing walls or like the little balance beams, but no, this one had like a full on. There was 3 sections of like you go through this, you come up here, and like underneath is like a net to catch you. Like it's actually a little drop, and I'm like, oh, cool, sounds fun. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna pick this one. I go, and he doesn't want to race me. He just kind of wants to like go behind me and do the same one. So y'all, I get to going, right. Like at first he's talking because of like what y'all know that a lot of times those things look easier than they are. Like as soon as I step on, I'm gripping on for dear life, or things are wobbly. He's like, girl. I'm like, right? But then he hops on and he's like, oh, I didn't realize. I'm like, oh, yeah. So I progress on. I'm climbing up. I'm going through the holes. I'm holding on to the swingy things. And I haven't fallen once, okay? Like, I'm very competitive. If you guys don't know, I was a basketball player for like 12 years of my life. Okay? I never want to be professional, but if anyone has ever saw me play, you would think I did. Because I'm very competitive when it comes to stuff like that. Like, I'm not losing. I'm not losing. And he was actually keeping up, like right behind me. I'm like, okay. Okay. So I get to the end of the obstacle course. And y'all, I'm faced with like this wall, this foamish wall, right? And it's like there's a hole underneath that I can go through to get out, or there's a hole on top that I could climb through the top one and get out. And I'm like, I don't want to go through the bottom one because I was like, I feel like I would slip and fall like into the net, basically like fall off and not finish it fully. And also like it felt like I just had to crouch down. And like I said, I'm a tall girl. So I was like, I kind of feel like I'm closer to the top hole. So I was like, let me just go through here. But mind you, y'all, it's not just a wall, it's an obstacle course. So it's something hanging, it's something that swings when I'm in it. But I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go with the top one. And that was my first mistake. Y'all. So something in my 22 years of age developed brain chose to go through the top one. Not only go through the top one that's higher, farther from the ground, I chose to go head first on something swinging. So I go, and like I said, I'm tall and I'm long, so I'm weaving. I got my body, I got my hands through, y'all, and like I said, it's not stable. It's not like it's a wall, y'all. When my legs fall out, the thing swings, and my whole body just falls out. And mind you, I said I went through the top hole, so I'm like the ground is like where the mic is. I'm up here. I'm coming out like this. Why is the ground so hard at a trampoline park for children? The world may never know. Y'all, I head first, I'm like, I got it. As soon as half my body, like around my waist, comes out, y'all, I just start falling straight into the floor. Y'all,
and my head hit the wall. Boom.
I fall out of that obstacle course onto the floor so fast. Boom! Like, imagine just seeing a human body, boom, to the floor. And I know what you might be thinking. Head first, like she definitely hit her head. She definitely felt like got some marks on her face. No, y'all. basically how I fell was like I caught with one arm, but the other side I didn't. So I fell like rib cage first into the floor. Now I understand what people mean when they say they got the wind knocked out of them, because that's exactly how I felt. Like I just crashed, boom. I can't even think of nothing. I hear like I'm so embarrassed, y'all. Like I literally hear a worker lady like from behind me being like, "Are you okay?" And I out the corner of my eye, I see the guy I'm on the date with. He just like jumps down and falls into the net so he can just climb and come around instead of finish it. And he's coming and he's like, "Are you okay?" Like imagine, just imagine me laying there face down in public. But honestly, y'all, like I just thought the funniest part was that I just busted my ass in front of a guy I'm on a second date with. So when him and the worker lady are coming over, like, "Are you okay?" My first thought, as soon as I lift my head up, is just to laugh, even though my rib cage is on fire. Like I'm just like giggling, like, you know. And so like the worker starts smiling, and like the guy I'm on the date with does too. But y'all, he literally had to like sit me up. Like, y'all know, like I heard when people break a rib or something, it's like they can't walk or it hurts to walk. Like I didn't break it because I didn't go to the hospital after this. But y'all, I was like, he literally just sat me up. I was like, "Please just sit me up against something." And I just sat and I was just trying to like, I was literally just trying to regulate, y'all. Because once again, I do not know why the floor at said children's trampoline park was that hard. Because I'm like, if I'm 22 years old, an adult with a fully developed brain, I was like, there's no way I'm the first person who's ever fell head first out of that shit. I'm like, I know a kid has, like, I know. So yeah, I'm just sitting up against the wall. I'm kind of embarrassed. I'm like, I really shouldn't be though, because it's like full of children. I'm like, for all I know, any child who's behind me or in front of me probably just hopped over my body, wouldn't even care if I was dead. But I'm just like embarrassed I felt like that, and like the worker lady and stuff. And for what I name him? Oh yeah, Frog is just being hella nice to me. He's like, "I feel so bad. Like I'm glad you're laughing, but I thought you fell face first. Like I thought you were about to bust out crying because I saw how hard that was." He was like, "Man, I feel bad. Like I wish I went first so I could have tested it." I was like, "No, you're good. Like I literally just need to sit here for a second and do nothing." Cause like y'all, I'm not even joking when I say the first minute I couldn't even get a word out because the lungs were on fire. But needless to say, the rest of the day or our session at the trampoline park, I definitely didn't go back to the obstacle course. I did not go back to the obstacle course. I We spent a lot of time, um no shade, no black people stereotyping in the comments. We spent a lot of time at the hoop section. Like I don't know, y'all, like the trampoline park hoops are just so fun because like I'm tall, but obviously like I'm not that tall, I'm still like a girl. And like just being able to dunk, and honestly, like he almost got his hurting lick back right back that day. Because typical trampoline park hoops, right? It's a trampoline under, it's a hoop that's higher than average, but you can get up there because you can jump. He jumps, dunks, like how we've both been dunking, obviously. That's why everybody loves them. And he hangs onto the rim. I'm like, okay, I wouldn't trust the rim at a trampoline park, but whatever. He hangs onto the rim and he proceeds to turn his body to like backflip off the rim. And I just see him mid-term turn, like pause, and I'm just like, "Frog, get down, get down." Because where he paused, his head is like straight down, where it's like if he were to let go, his head is gonna go straight down into the trampoline. I'm like, we almost just had an ER trip with me. Please don't do it. So he does it. He does midterm, but thankfully when he lets go, he kind of like pushes his body more so that he doesn't land on his head and break his neck. But yeah, guys, needless to say, the only one who walked out of that date with an injury was me. It was actually really fun the rest of the time. I was just taking it easy, not trying too hard, because not jumping too hard because my ribs were still on fire. But anyway, after that was really fun. Y'all know, like I said, trampoline parks literally make you so tired as an adult. We went to an In-N-Out. We grubbed out on that In-N-Out, and it never tasted that good. And yeah, so it was a really fun seeming to be a very promising second date. And after in and out, we just went back. We were chilling in his car. We were listening to music. We were talking, blah, blah, blah. And then y'all know when at the end of the day, it comes to that time where it's like, all right, we gotta go home. We gotta go home. Like, we can't chill in this car forever. So it gets to that point. So, like I said, me and Frog met at one trampoline park. We ended up going to the other one because one was too busy. So I parked right next to him. We're in his car. We're chilling, talking, all of that. And then he walks me to my car, even though it's right outside, right? And honestly, we were really feeling each other from the jump, y'all. And we basically had the plan to spend like the whole weekend together as a second date. Crazy. I remember that. I don't know. But so basically, we had the date I just told you about Saturday, and then Sunday he was like, in the morning, I'm gonna pick you up because I want you to like come to this thing with me. Like, he basically just had this event he was already planning on going to, and he was like, I would want you to bring you along. Like, you busy? And I was like, no, of course not, babe. So, we were just being cringy new lovebirds. And I remember I'm talking to him with my car door open, and we're just talking about tomorrow. I'm like, okay, what time are you gonna be here? 11. Cool, blah blah blah. I'm like, I had so much fun today. Like, I'm so embarrassed about my ass, but it was so much fun. We're just talking, blah blah. And mind you, like, I don't know how you guys are about first dates, but I'm a first date kisser. I know some people be like, you ain't even getting a kiss till we official. You ain't getting a kiss till the fourth date. I don't mind. Like, I don't mind a kiss. You ain't getting nothing else. None. You know what I'm saying? Till we're official or thereafter. But a kiss, like, I could kiss all day. Like, what? So we had already broke that barrier first date. Like, we would already be giving pecks and stuff like we were a couple. So I remember he's like, okay, I'm like, all right, for real, I'm gonna go. He's like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna go too. And mind you, he's talking to me with my car door open, and we just keep kissing. Like, we just keep doing that lovebird, like, peck, peck, peck. And so I'm like, okay, see you tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. Y'all, why does this man, it goes like, Peck, I had so much fun today. Peck, I'll see you tomorrow. Peck, I'll be here at 11. Peck, I love you. Yo, it's the second date. I know I'm lovable, but like, y'all, I feel like the way both of us, when we heard that, just looked at each other, like our eyes popped out of our sockets. Like, I was just looking at him like, and he was looking at me. And literally, as soon as I seen how his face was, how he looked pale as a ghost, I just busted out laughing, y'all. So I'm like, mm? It's like that quiet, and then the bust out laughing. Y'all, why does he not laugh at me? He literally just looks pale as a ghost. He steps back, shuts my car door, and then goes and gets in his car. Like, he gets in his car so fast, y'all. He was so embarrassed. And I'm laughing because, like I said, I actually like this guy. Like, it was very early. It was only the second date. But like I said, I've dealt with a lot of BS from the dating apps. So it's like, um I really liked him, and I kind of understood where he was coming from because I was like, we were just all in lovey-dovey mode. I was like, he didn't really mean that. Like, he probably just like slipped out. Like, when you're used to being in a relationship, or even as a girl with friends, how it's just like it's like a natural thing. So I just thought it was like funny, and I thought his reaction was just so funny. And so he gets, like I said, he got in his car hella quick and didn't even say a word to me. I roll down my window, he rolls down his, and he's like, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm so sorry. That just like slipped out like naturally, just like when you say bye. And I'm just cracking up. I'm like, no, it's fine. Like, what I just explained to you guys, I was like, I get how sometimes it's just a natural thing when you're saying bye to someone, especially when we feel like so familiar, like we did already. Like, I just busted my ass in front of this man on the second date. So yeah, he keeps apologizing. He's super embarrassed, but I just think it's really funny. I'm like, do not worry about it. Yeah, and then that's the rest of our night. I probably bring it up to mess with him later in the night when we're texting and stuff. But yeah, guys, that was just so funny. And yeah, like, I've had men tell me that they love me really early before, and I've always felt like the men before have done it in a super lustful way where I'm like, boy, no, you don't. Like, Like, not even in a mean way, but I'm like, some of these boys confuse lust or like for love. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? And even him, he told me how he was like, I'm so sorry, that just like slipped out. I wasn't even trying to be like that. I totally got it. So the next day, we went on the other day. I went to the event with him, and then, we had a couple more dates after that. And plot twist of this whole story, you guys, I'm always telling a story on here about a dude I don't mess with anymore or a nigga who had me fucked up. And we went on a couple more dates, and that was actually my second date with my current boyfriend that I'm with today, as of February 2025. Y'all, I was literally on the phone with my man right before I recorded this, and I said how I want to tell this story because I just think it's so funny. Like, I wish I could like post what the actual moment looked like, but I feel like by the way I described it, you guys could just see it. Like, I don't know, comment if you guys have ever said I love you on accident, if you guys have ever said it too soon and it's just turned into something funny or it's turned into something awkward, because I feel like this definitely isn't an original experience. But yeah, guys, I just thought this was like a funny little seasonal story, in the season of love, because it is true to my love life today. And like I said, last February, I was having to make story times about the dudes who had me messed up every Valentine's Day. So hopefully, after this Valentine's Day, I can give you guys another good story. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, don't worry, guys. I just thought that was a really funny, cute story for my life. I don't always gotta tell the traumatic and he definitely did. He definitely did say it for real and say it the right way a couple months in. Okay. But I just feel like that's something so funny to look at. Like, I just feel like it's a really funny early story to look back on, make jokes on. And so, yeah, I just decided to share it with you guys today. Thank you guys so much for watching another story time for me. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it made you guys laugh. If you want to check out the traumatic love stories, click on any story time for my story times playlist. Or if you want to hear about anything I've learned, check out my Yap Sessions playlist or my podcast on Spotify called Alicia's World with these same episodes, but maybe Spotify podcast form just makes it better for you. Okay? Thank you guys so much for making it to the end of this video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye!